Greetings, family, to another wonderful edutainment or edutaining edition of We All Be History. Quick lesson segment once again at the Crump statue, the Crump tribute in Overton Park in Memphis, Tennessee, also known as the City of Good Abode. I want to come back here because I spoke last time about the real legacy of Memphis politics, why Memphis is a true democratic plantation or democratic. I want y'all to know I didn't just say democratic, but democratic. We need a exorcist as it comes to politics in Memphis, Tennessee, the City of Good Abode. But I mentioned this man right here, Boss Crump, Klansman in the suit, talked about his legacy that should be better known, especially among Memphians, or what my brother Ekpe Abioto would say, Memphites. But anyway, let me suffice. I want to talk about our current mayor, Mayor Paul Young. Just offer some observations as a critique, constructive criticism, nothing personal. There's business and politics as usual. Just want to touch a little bit about what's going on with him and about the state of the city of Good Abode. But Mayor Paul Young has been mayor of Memphis for a little bit over 100 days. I'm about to say 100 years. But we need to really rectify the situation. It's not about one person, one individual. It's about the collective. It's about the community. You can't spell community without unity. So we need to be a unified front, but not everybody needs to be involved. I don't believe everybody got to be a part of something for something to work. If you look at history, it's always a small group of committed few people that helps benefit the whole. Almost like the 20% or 80-20 principle. 20% of people actually do the real work, while the 80%, the rest, just benefits from it, from the sacrifices, from the struggles. But with Mayor Paul Young, before he was mayor, he was running last year. I told him this back in the March of 2023 that he took too much money from them peoples, them pink toes. He took too much money from the corporate pink toed people, white people, to actually probably benefit the average citizen in Memphis, who is, the city is majority black, very chocolate city, Memphis, Tennessee. And my thing was that he took too much corporate interest money for him to really do anything for the people. I told Paul as he was running, I saw him at Lamar Owen, one of these meet and greet events. I told him, man, you can't tell these folks no you took money from. The folks that gave you about $1 million, them corporate entities, you can't say no to them. He said, yes, I can. I can say no. I say no to them behind closed doors. I said, these type of entities allegedly had a hand in getting rid of Dr. King in the city. Or you think about President Kennedy. So who are you to tell these people no? These people who control policy, these people who make things happen and make things, make people disappear. So I encourage young blood. I want him to do good for the people. But the problem is he does not represent the interests of the people. Now, Paul Young became mayor. He didn't even get 30% of the vote. He got less than 30% of the votes, and he was able to become mayor. You had 3 other candidates, black mayoral candidates: Van Turner, former mayor-elect Willie Harrington. I think a 4 or 5 term mayor Willie Harrington. We share the same birthday, life affirmation day, April 23rd. Fellow Taurinian, and also Sheriff Bonner. All 3 of those candidates got about 20,000 plus votes apiece. So Paul Young was not a popularly elected mayor. He was put in place by the entities that he got $1 million from. Paul was running the downtown commission, the Memphis Downtown Commission, for a number of years, but also he was kind of like king made by the previous mayor, Mayor Jim Strickland. He served as his person over housing development for the Strickland administration. He was appointed by Mayor Strickland over the housing. And you know what's interesting about Paul Young? I don't know if it's a conspiracy or whatnot, but a political analyst recently told me that if you look at the mayors of Memphis, Birmingham, Cleveland, and some other places, they all basically look alike. They look like young black men dark-skinned black men with beards in their 40s, and they come from prominent families who have a prominence in the community for service. Like you look at Brother Paul Young, his father was a well-respected community person, a minister actually. He's the son of a preacher man. And also, you look at the mayor of Cleveland. He comes from a very prominent civil rights first family as well. So I mean, what is the trick there going on? What is the agenda that you got all these mayors in their 40s, young black men in their 40s with goatees or beards, and they all mayor at the same time of these historically democratic cities. So I mean, take a look. It's all online. You can look it up for yourself. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I think it's fascinating. So what is his agenda? So he took all this money from these people. If you know anything about politics, like one thing that black people we gotta learn as a people, it's better to buy our politicians than to vote for them. Once again, let me repeat, it's better to buy our politicians rather to just vote for them. See, the people you say they are representatives, the politicians are not leaders. They represent the interests of the people or the agenda of the people or entities that put them in that position. They are not leaders. They are puppets. There's no disrespect to them, but I just want people to understand how the game is played. They are not leaders. They represent the interests of the real leaders who put them there. If you look at, like I said, Mayor Young, he took like $1 million allegedly from all these corporate entities. He owed them favors. They made him an offer he could not refuse once he took that money. And the thing about politics, you're going to have money always and forever in politics, but you got to be careful about how much money you take from certain people because you got to owe favors. And you can't tell them no. You know, like Cat Williams said, you know, Diddy want a party, and you got to tell them no. When these people want a party, they want these big checks that don't bounce, you cannot tell them no. And I told Paul Young, you will not be able to tell these people no. You can do some good for the people, but the people, the majority of the citizens that live here, they're not your real agenda. Your real agenda are from the people that sent you all that money to do them favors, to get them contracts. One thing I wish Paul Young could do is like Maynard Jackson, where he forced these big corporate entities to resubmit contracts to renovate the Atlanta's airport, that was now known as the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. He forced them to not only resubmit bids, but also to put on minority or black-owned businesses as subcontractors. So Maynard Jackson was able to benefit Black Atlanta by allowing Black Atlantans become part of the elite business class there, as well as to create a thriving Black middle class because of him forcing these entities to do business with Black-owned, locally minority-controlled businesses. Same thing with Marion Barry, who's from Memphis, by the way, Illinois, Mississippi. He revolutionized in his own way the D.C. government. He made sure that the D.C. government, when he was mayor, did business with Black-owned businesses. He hired Black folks from America, generations deep in America, to have good government-paying jobs. He made sure that people that want to work to earn money, young people who want to work to earn money during the summer, had a job regardless of socioeconomic status. A lot of people was able to make enough money during the summer to save up and become the first people in their family to attend college or university. And also he gave brothers and sisters coming home second chances, re-entry programs, but also to put them in place to start running and own their own business, to control their own destiny. I don't know if Paul Young got it in him to do something like that, and I wish the brother all the best, but what problematic to me is how he started off before he even got into office. One of the first things he should have done was fire Police Chief Davis, not demote her to interim chief. You got to get rid of her. You know, I don't think she's a bad person personally, but her policy and her being there is a problem because she helped create a culture that contributed to some very unethical, immoral things going down on her watch. So like the captain, she must go down with the ship. So she should have been out of here. And to me, if he had did that one thing alone would have given me the benefit of the doubt that he could actually do some worldly good for the majority of the people that live here that look like him and I, Black folk. But anyway, that's it for the We All Be History moment, or We All Be Living History moment. In the words of Great Duke Ellington, we love you madly. Y'all keep on producing and pushing. One love. The mayor of Cleveland is actually 37 years old, Justin Bibb. But also you got the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Brad Johnson. I believe he's in his 40s with a beard. Now, Justin Bibb don't have a beard or any facial hair right now. And he's also 37 years old. And let me not forget the mayor of Baltimore. I believe he's in his 30s as well. So what is the real end game with these black young mayors of these predominantly democratically controlled cities? I will do an update very near future, y'all. So remember, we all be in it to win it, and knowledge is the currency of the universe. Take care.